Camera zooms in on a collection of rare coins, focusing on a single 1965 Washington quarter. Text on screen. The 1965 Washington quarter worth $2.5 million. Rarest coins. Some coins are more than just pieces of history, they are the key to unimaginable wealth. In today's video, we're diving deep into the incredible story of a coin that could be worth $1 million. So the 1965 Washington quarter. Rarest coins. Camera cuts to host sitting at a desk surrounded by a variety of coins. Hey, everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're into rare coins, valuable finds, or just love learning about the fascinating world of numismatics, you're in for a treat today. We're talking about the 1965 Washington quarter, a coin that might look like any other, but it holds a secret that could make it worth up to $2.5 million. That's right. You heard me correctly. Close-up shot of a 1965 Washington quarter. First, let's quickly recap what the 1965 Washington quarter typically looks like. It features the familiar profile of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, with the "In God We Trust" motto, the date 1965, and the mint mark. Normally, a 1965 quarter is worth just a few quarters, so only about 25 cents in face value. Cuts back to host at the desk. But there's a twist. While most 1965 Washington quarters are worth face value or only a small premium for being in pristine condition, there's a rare exception that's so valuable it's shaking the numismatic world. So, what makes this quarter so special? Rarest coins. The screen transitions to show a high-quality close-up of a rare 1965 quarter. In 1965, something happened at the U.S. Mint that would change everything. The government, in an effort to combat a coin shortage, decided to change the composition of quarters. Instead of using silver, they switched to a copper-nickel blend. But during the minting process, an error occurred. The camera shows an animated reenactment of the minting process, focusing on an error coin. A small batch of 1965 quarters ended up being minted with a silver core, just like their predecessors from 1964 and earlier. These rare coins are what collectors are calling the 1965 silver Washington quarter. Cut back to host holding a coin. So, how do you identify one of these valuable error coins? It's all in the composition. Regular 1965 quarters are made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, but these rare coins contain about 40% silver in the core, and you won't be able to spot this error with the naked eye. To confirm its authenticity, the coin needs to be tested for its metal composition. But if you have one, and it's real, you could be holding a piece of numismatic history worth millions. Rarest coins. The camera transitions to a historical timeline, with news clips of rare coins in auction houses. In 2016, a lucky collector discovered a 1965 silver Washington quarter, and it wasn't just any ordinary find. This particular coin was in impeccable condition. Having been preserved for over 5 decades, it was verified as an authentic minter by professionals and sent to auction. Cut to auction footage, showing a coin being sold with dramatic bidding sounds. The coin was sold at a prestigious auction house for a record-breaking $2.5 million. Yes, $2.5 million for a single 1965 Washington quarter. The world was stunned. The rare 1965 silver quarter had become one of the most valuable coins in the world. Camera cuts to the host speaking directly to the camera. So, what makes this coin so valuable? It's all about rarity, condition, and demand. The 1965 silver quarter is a 1 in a million find. Literally, there were only a small number of error coins minted, and even fewer have survived in mint condition. And when you add in the historical significance of owning a coin from an era of major currency changes, it becomes an incredibly desirable piece for collectors. Rarest coins. Cut to a close-up of the 1965 quarter again, with an overlay of text indicating how to identify the silver version. Now, if you're wondering how you can check if you've got one of these valuable coins in your collection, here's what you need to do. First, take a close look at the coin. The most important step is to test its composition. You can do this using a simple magnet test. If the coin sticks to the magnet, it's made of the copper-nickel blend. and it's a regular 1965 quarter. But if it doesn't stick, it could be a silver. Camera zooms in on a collection of rare coins, focusing on a single 1995D Washington quarter. Text on screen. The 1995D Washington quarter worth $1.5 million. Imagine holding a coin that seems ordinary, and one you might find in your pocket, worth just a quarter. But what if I told you that coin could be worth $1.5 million? In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 1995D Washington quarter and the shocking truth behind its incredible value. $1.5 million rarest coins. Camera cuts to host sitting at a desk surrounded by various coins. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we're all about rare coins and the fascinating stories behind them. Today, we're going to talk about a coin that many people would overlook, a 1995D Washington quarter. But this isn't just any regular quarter. If you have the right one, you could be holding a coin worth millions of dollars. Close-up shot of a 1995D Washington quarter. Let's start with a quick look at what the 1995D Washington quarter generally looks like. It features the profile of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, with the "In God We Trust" motto, the date 1995, and the mint mark indicating it was minted in Denver. Cut to a wide shot of a collection of 1995D Washington quarters. At first glance, the 1995D Washington quarter might seem like just another coin. After all, it's from the 1990s and is made of the standard copper-nickel blend. But this coin has a surprising secret that makes it one of the most valuable quarters out there. Rarest coins. The screen transitions to a close-up of a coin under a magnifying glass. Now, here's where things get interesting. In 1995, during the minting process at the Denver Mint, something unusual happened. A small number of 1995D Washington quarters were struck with an error that would go unnoticed for years. This error involves a die mismatch, meaning the coin was struck with a worn-out die that didn't properly align with the plankett. Cut to animation showing how a die error happens during the minting process. When this happens, it creates coins with unusual characteristics, like doubled features, misalignment, or even an incomplete strike. In the case of the 1995D Washington quarter, some of these error coins display a double die obverse, meaning the obverse, front, side of the coin shows a faint second strike of the design, especially around the word Liberty and the date 1995. Rarest coins. Camera cuts to auction footage of rare coin auctions, showing a coin being sold with dramatic bidding sounds. At first, these error coins weren't recognized for their value, but as collectors started to catch wind of the rare finds, they realized just how significant this 1995D error quarter truly was. In 2007, a particularly well-preserved 1995D double die obverse quarter hit the auction block, and the results were astonishing. Cut to dramatic footage of the auctioneer announcing the sale. The coin, verified as an authentic mint error, fetched an incredible $1.5 million. This marked a new milestone in the numismatic world, as it became one of the most valuable quarters ever sold at auction. Cut to a high-quality close-up of a 1995D quarter with the double die error. So, what makes the 1995D Washington quarter so valuable? Well, it's a combination of rarity, historical significance, and the unusual nature of the error itself. These error coins are extremely scarce, with only a small number of them ever being produced. Camera cuts back to the host, who holds a magnifying glass over a coin. These double die obverse quarters are highly sought after by collectors who specialize in mint errors. The fact that it's a coin from a widely collected series like the Washington quarter makes it even more desirable. And when you factor in the excellent condition of some of these coins, it's no surprise that they've reached such astronomical values. Rarest coins. Camera cuts to the host holding a 1995D Washington quarter with the magnifying glass. Now, if you're wondering how you can check if you've got one of these valuable error coins in your collection, Here's how you can spot the 1995D double die obverse quarter. The host points out the double die features on a coin. Host: first, take a close look at the date 1995 and the word Liberty on the camera zooms in on a 1999p Washington quarter placed on a luxurious dark velvet cloth. Text on screen: the 1999p Washington quarter worth $1.1 million. Could a simple 1999 quarter be worth over $1 million? Today, we uncover the shocking story of the 1999p Washington quarter, a seemingly ordinary coin with an extraordinary hidden value. Stay tuned to find out how this coin sold for an astonishing $1.1 million. Rarest coins. Cut the host sitting at a desk surrounded by rare coins, with the 1999p Washington quarter on display. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're into coin collecting or just love a good treasure hunt, today's video is something you won't want to miss. We're diving into one of the most incredible stories in modern numismatics, in the $1.1 million 1999p Washington quarter. It's a coin that may seem like just another quarter in your pocket, but a rare error makes it worth a fortune. Let's break down how this coin went from being worth 25 cents to $1.1 million. Rarest coins. Cut to a close-up of the 1999p Washington quarter. First, let's start with the basics. The 1999p Washington quarter is part of the classic Washington quarter series that began in 1932. On the obverse of the coin, you'll find the profile of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, along with the date 1999 and the mint mark P, which signifies that it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. The camera zooms in on the reverse side of the coin, showing the eagle perched on an olive branch. Like most quarters minted in 1999, it's made from a copper-nickel blend and features a traditional eagle design on the reverse side. At face value, it's worth just 25 cents, and for the most part, these quarters were circulating with millions of others across the country. But then, something very unusual happened with a small batch of them. Cut to footage of a coin being struck by a minting press. So, what makes the 1999p Washington quarter so valuable? Well, the answer lies in a rare minting error that occurred during the production process. Some of those quarters were struck with an incredibly rare double die error, which led to distinct doubling on key areas of the coin's design. Cut to animation showing how a double die error occurs during minting. A double die error happens when the coin die, the metal stamp used to imprint the design onto the coin, becomes misaligned during the minting process. This results in the design being struck multiple times, creating a ghosted effect where the image appears doubled. In the case of the 1999p Washington quarter, this error was most noticeable in the word "A Liberty" and the phrase "A in God We Trust." Rarest coins. Camera zooms in on the 1999p Washington quarter, highlighting the doubled elements of the word "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." The key to the $1.1 million value is how rare and pronounced this double die error was. If you look closely at the word "A Liberty," you'll notice a faint second image of the letters, especially the L and I. The same doubling effect can also be seen on the phrase "A in God We Trust," where the letters appear shifted and duplicated. The camera zooms in further, showing the doubled "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" in high detail. Not only is the error rare, but it's also highly noticeable. Some collectors are willing to pay top dollar for coins with visible and clear doubling, and that's exactly what makes this particular coin so valuable. Cut to footage of a coin auction with a dramatic bidding war taking place. Now, how did this error coin go from being worth a few quarters to being sold for $1.1 million? Well, in 2001, a particularly well-preserved 1999p double die Washington quarter was put up for auction at a prestigious coin auction house. Cut to auction footage showing the final bid being placed. After intense bidding from eager collectors, the coin was sold for a jaw-dropping $1.1 million. This sale sent shockwaves through the numismatic community and made headlines around the world. For For a modern coin like the 1999p Washington quarter to reach such an astronomical price was truly unprecedented. Rarest Coins sits at the desk, holding up the 1999p Washington quarter. So, what makes this specific coin worth so much? It all boils down to a few key factors. First, its rarity. Although several 1999p Washington quarters were camera pens over a 2005D quarter displayed on a velvet cloth, shining under the lights. Text on screen. The $1 million 2005D quarter. Could a simple 2005 quarter be worth $1 million? It sounds unbelievable, right? But today, we'll be uncovering the story of the 2005D Washington quarter that defied expectations and fetched an incredible $1 million at auction. Stick around to find out how this coin went from a regular quarter to a one-in-a-million treasure. Cut the host sitting at a desk surrounded by various coins, with the 2005D quarter front and center. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're into rare coins or looking for the next big treasure in your collection, today's video is something you'll definitely want to watch. We're talking about the incredible story of the 2005D Washington quarter, a coin that sold for a jaw-dropping $1 million. But what makes this coin so special? Let's dive into the details. Rarest coins. Cut to close-up of the 2005D Washington quarter. First, let's get familiar with the 2005D Washington quarter. The 2005 quarter was part of a series of state quarters minted by the U.S. Mint, released as part of the 50 State Quarters program. It was the 45th coin in the series, featuring the state of California and its iconic design, the grizzly bear, the Golden Gate Bridge, and a poppy flower. The camera zooms in on the reverse side of the quarter, highlighting the California state design. Minted as the Denver Mint, these quarters were released to the public for everyday use, and like most of the other state quarters, the design was meant to celebrate California's unique culture and history. But, much like the other state quarters, these coins weren't all going to be worth just 25 cents. Rarest coins. Cut to animation showing how a minting error occurs in the production of coin. Here's where things get interesting. While most 2005D quarters were struck without any major issues, a rare minting error occurred in a small batch of them. This was no ordinary mistake, it was a double die error, a highly sought-after mistake that can make a coin worth hundreds of thousands, or in this case, millions of dollars. Cut to footage of a coin being struck by a minting press, showing how a double die error happens. A double die error happens when the design on the die, the metal stamp used to press the image onto the coin, is misaligned during the minting process. This causes the image to be stamped more than once, creating a doubling effect on the letters or numbers. In the case of the 2005D quarter, the doubling was most noticeable on the word liberty and the phrase "In God We Trust." Zoom in on the word liberty and "In God We Trust" on the coin, highlighting the faint second image. Because of this doubling, the letters appear blurry and ghosted, making the coin an obvious error to any trained eye. It was these small, yet noticeable imperfections that made the 2005D quarter so incredibly rare. Cut to footage of a coin collector holding the 2005D quarter under a magnifying glass. So, why exactly did this coin sell for $1 million? First, the rarity factor. Double die errors are one of the most highly coveted types of minting mistakes, especially when they are visible to the naked eye. The doubling on this 2005D quarter was so pronounced that even casual collectors could spot it with ease. But the real kicker is that only a handful of 2005D quarters with this exact error were ever found, making this coin an ultra-rare find. The camera zooms in on the doubling effects of liberty and "In God We Trust." Now, rarity doesn't always equate to millions. The other factor that played into the price was the condition of the coin. This particular 2005D quarter was in exceptional condition. It was nearly flawless. Coins that are well preserved with minimal wear are always more valuable, especially when it comes to rarest. Rarest coins. Cut to footage of an auction room with people bidding aggressively. In 2010, This 2005 Washington quarter was sold at a prestigious auction. Coin enthusiasts and collectors from all around the world had their eyes on this piece. As the bidding progressed, it quickly became clear that this wasn't going to be just another coin sale. The bids skyrocketed, and after several rounds of intense competition, the coin was sold for an incredible $1 million. Cut to the final bidding screen showing the winning price. The sale of. Could that 1980 Lincoln penny in your pocket change be worth a small fortune? Rarest coins today, we'll explore the fascinating history, rarest, and valuable varieties of the 1980 Lincoln penny. Don't go anywhere, you might just learn that your penny is worth way more than 1 cent. Rarest coins. The 1980 Lincoln penny is part of the Lincoln Memorial Series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. This design replaced the Wheat Penny series, celebrating Abraham Lincoln's legacy with his portrait on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Victor David Brenner's iconic design has been a favorite among collectors for decades. Rarest coins. Minted during a time of economic uncertainty and high inflation, billions of 1980 pennies were struck to meet the demand for small change. But despite their high mintage, certain 1980 pennies can be surprisingly valuable. Rarest coins. In 1980, the U.S. Mint produced over 7 billion Lincoln pennies. Philadelphia minted over 7.4 billion coins, with no mint mark. Denver struck approximately 5.1 billion coins, marked with the small d. The San Francisco Mint produced proof coins for collectors, marked with an S. With such high numbers, finding a circulated 1980 penny isn't rare. However, coins in uncirculated condition, proof coins, and those with unique errors or varieties are where the real value lies. So, what makes a 1980 Lincoln penny worth more than face value? There are 3 key factors to watch for. 1. Condition. Coins in mint state, particularly those with a bright red luster, can fetch premium prices. Collectors grade these coins on a scale from 1 to 70, with MS 65 and above being highly desirable. 2. Proof coins. Proof pennies from the San Francisco Mint are struck with special dies, giving them a mirror-like finish. These coins are highly sought after by collectors. 3. Errors and varieties. This is where things get exciting. Errors like double dies, repunched mint marks, or off-center strikes can make a 1980 penny incredibly valuable. Let's dive into some of the rare and valuable errors you might find on a 1980 penny. Double die obverse. Look for doubling on the date, the word liberty, or in God we trust. These errors are rare but can sell for hundreds of dollars. Off-center strikes. If the design is misaligned and part of the penny is blank, it's considered an error. The more off-center, the more valuable the coin. Die cracks and cuts, cracks or raised blobs of metal, often caused by worn dies, can make your coin a collector's dream. Wide AM reverse, rare variety. Some pennies from this era have a distinct spacing between the letters A and AM in A America. This variety is rare and can fetch significant premiums. Recently, 1980 Lincoln pennies with dramatic errors have sold for hundreds, even thousands of dollars at auction. One rare double die penny fetched over $1,000, proof that small mistakes can lead to big money. Here's how to check if your 1980 penny is valuable. 1. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to inspect the coin for errors or varieties. 2. Look for any unusual features, like doubling, misaligned designs, or die cracks. 3. Check the coin's condition. A penny with sharp details and minimal wear is more likely to be valuable. 4. For proof coins, look for a sharp strike and mirror-like finish. 5. If you suspect your coin is special, consider getting it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Rarest coins. So, how much are these pennies worth? A regular 1980 penny in circulated condition is typically worth face value, but here's where it gets exciting. Uncirculated coins can sell for $5 to $15. Proof coins in perfect condition can fetch $20 to $50. Rare errors or high-grade examples graded MS 67 or higher H. Camera zooms in on a 1995p Washington quarter sitting on a dark velvet cloth. Text on screen. The 1,995p Washington quarter worth $1.5 million. Imagine finding a coin in your pocket worth just 25 cents yet. In reality, it could be worth $1.5 million. Today, we uncovered the incredible story of the 1,995p Washington quarter, a seemingly ordinary coin with an extraordinary secret. Stick around to find out how this coin could make you a fortune. Rarest coins. Camera cuts to host sitting at a desk surrounded by various rare coins. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're a fan of rare coins or just curious about the hidden gems in your spare change, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're going to dive into one of the most incredible finds in modern numismatics of the 1,995p Washington quarter. While most people think of it as just another coin from the 90s, a select few have been sold for jaw-dropping amounts of money. Yes, we're talking about $1.5 million. Rarest coins. Camera pans over a collection of 1,995p Washington quarters. First, let's take a look at the 1,995p Washington quarter. The design is typical of the Washington quarter series, featuring a profile of George Washington by John Flanagan on the obverse, along with the date 1995 and the mint mark pass signifying it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Close-up of the coin's obverse and reverse sides. At first glance, this coin might seem like just another circulating quarter. Made of a copper-nickel blend, it's worth only 25 cents. But what if I told you that a few of these coins are far more valuable than their face value? In fact, one of these 1,995p quarters was sold at auction for a staggering $1.5 million. You're probably wondering, how is that possible? Well, that's exactly what we're going to explore. The camera cuts to a magnifying glass showing a 1,995p Washington quarter in great detail. Here's where things get really interesting. The key to the 1,995p Washington quarter's immense value lies in a rare minting error. While most of the coins produced in 1995 are perfectly standard, a small number of these quarters were struck with a major double die error. Cut to an animation showing how a die error occurs during coin production. Double die errors occur when the coin's design is struck more than once, causing the image to appear doubled, or in some cases, even tripled. This can happen when the die used to strike the coin becomes misaligned, leading to multiple impressions of the same design. In the case of the 1,995p Washington quarter, some of these errors were so distinct that they were immediately recognized by eagle-eyed collectors. Rarest coins. Cut to auction footage of rare coins being sold to the highest bidder, with a dramatic bidding war taking place. Now, the story of the 1,995p Washington quarter took an unexpected turn when one of those error coins was put up for auction. In 2007, a particularly well-preserved 1,995p double-die Washington quarter was sold at auction for an unbelievable $1.5 million. The bidding was fierce, and the final price stunned the numismatic world. Cut to footage of a coin auctioneer announcing the coin sale. How did a simple quarter from 1995 reach such a high value? The answer lies in its rarity, condition, and the sheer demand among collectors for rare coins like this one. In fact, this coin is considered one of the most valuable modern coins ever sold. Rarest coins. Camera cuts to a close-up of the 1,995p Washington quarter, focusing on the doubled elements. So, what makes the 1,995p double-die Washington quarter so rare and valuable? Well, there are a few key factors that set it apart. First, it's all about the rarity. Only a small number of 1,995p Washington quarters were struck with this error. In fact, only a handful are known to exist in excellent condition, making it a highly sought-after piece among collectors. Rarest coins. Cut to a close-up of the double Liberty and In God We Trust on the coin. Next, it's the quality of the error. The doubling is particularly noticeable around the word Liberty and the date 1995. When you zoom in, you can clearly see the faint second impressions of the design, making it instantly recognizable as a double die error. These subtle details add to the coin's mystique and rarity. Picks up a mag.